Today's topic is about nutritional importance of carbohydrate. So in detail of this importance we will look. First we will look about the foods which are containing carbohydrate. So fruits, breads, biscuit, rice as well as breakfast cereals, pasta, root vegetables and potatoes. Mostly all these are routinely part of our diet. So all these are containing abundant amount of the carbohydrate. So in detail of this importance of carbohydrate, these are basically provide a major fraction of the body's energy need. Ideally, carbohydrate may provide about 60 to 65% of the total calorie need of our body. So in addition to calorie, it is also providing dietary fiber. So these dietary carbohydrate are also categorized in a two thing, that one available carbohydrate and unavailable carbohydrate. Available carbohydrate is basically provided for the energy need, so that is mostly starch and glycogen, while unavailable carbohydrate which cannot be assimilated and constitute only the dietary fiber. So mostly this carbohydrate needed for energy purpose and providing dietary fiber. In detail of both we will look, but before that, the mainly carbohydrate initially we have learned in the form of monosaccharide, disaccharide and polysaccharide. So monosaccharide like glucose and fructose mostly getting from the fruits and honey. Disaccharide like maltose, lactose and sucrose that can be get from the milk, malt and cane sugar, while polysaccharide mostly starch, glycogen and dextrin, that is we are getting from the cereal, pulses and tuber. So next, this carbohydrate. So in detail, the major dietary polysaccharide is mostly starch and glycogen. Starch for the vegetarian, glycogen for the non-vegetarian diet. So it is digested by the amylase to maltose and then hydrolyzed to the glucose. So simply you are knowing that in our blood, carbohydrate that is mostly in the form of blood glucose. So this glucose is the major source of fuel for most organ and tissue. Excess of glucose will be converted to the fat and stored. So initially glucose will be stored in the form of glycogen. So glycogen will be stored in a muscle and liver, but in addition to that, if excess glucose is present, then it will be converted into the fat. On cooking, starch is made more soluble and accessible to digestive enzymes. So simple that raw form of any vegetables and cereals that can be sometimes not easily digestible, so by after cooking everything will become more digestible. So cereals, pulses and tubers are the major sources of starch in the diet. Apart from that, germination of legumes lead to the partial breaking down of the starch, so it is become more easily digestible inside our body. Now about carbohydrate nutritional importance, you have to remember sucrose and dietary fiber. So in detail of this sucrose we will look. First about that sucrose, mostly provided from the cane sugar, is the mainly used as a sweetening agent or making of a table sugar. In young children, high intake of sucrose related to the development of dental caries. Always that small children are fond of the chocolates, toffees, pastries and cakes that all containing a high amount of the sucrose, and that can lead to the dental caries because this sucrose is easily fermented by the bacteria present in dental plaque, which would damage the outer layer of tooth, that is enamel, and lead to the caries or tooth decay. In adult also, consumption of large quantity of refined sugar is not advisable since they tend to produce sudden rise in a blood glucose level, because this table sugar that is easily digested and metabolized as well as absorbed, and sudden rise of glucose is also absorbed. This will also tend to excessive calorie intake. Apart from that, sucrose consumption also result in increased level of plasma lipids. Simply that excess of sucrose initially form in the store in the form of glycogen. Later on, excess will be converted into the lipid. And while prescribing diet, particularly for diabetic patient and for weight reduction, sucrose should be strictly avoided to reduce body weight. Apart from that, in relation to the sucrose, jaggery is considered an alternative source of sucrose, which is quite beneficial found since it is a good source of iron also. So apart from providing energy, it is providing iron also, and it is one of the good alternative from the table sugar. One more thing, that is carbohydrate content of the food. So these all are the food stuff which are routinely we are taking, so they are containing different percentage of the carbohydrate. Cane sugar is containing 100% of the carbohydrate, while rice, honey and wheat proportionately 70 to 80% carbohydrate content is present, while cakes and bread that is containing about 50 to 65 percentage, and potatoes contain about 25% of the carbohydrate content. Now, apart from sucrose, you have to also remember about the dietary fiber, which we are getting mostly from the carbohydrate. So, green leafy vegetables are a good source of the dietary fiber. In detail of this dietary fiber, the unavailable or indigestible carbohydrate in the diet is called the dietary fiber, necessary to maintain the normal motility of GI tract, gastrointestinal tract. The comparability high incidence of colon cancer in developed countries and the low incidence of the same in vegetarian population like Indians pointed to the importance of dietary fiber. So a comparatively study which is found that colon cancer is more in a developed country as compared to the Indian population, and that one of the reason of prevention of this colon cancer, that is particular vegetarian diet. So cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, pectins are main dietary fiber which are present in green leafy vegetables. So basically this dietary fiber absorbs water, retains water in feces, promote peristaltic movement, and very helpful to increase bowel action, as well as sometimes it is work as an antioxidant. It binds to the bile acid as well as cholesterol, increase excretion of that particular bile acid, so it is very helpful to decrease cholesterol levels, so working as a hypocholesterolemic, and improves the glucose tolerance, and that all are the most important benefits of the dietary fiber. So improves bowel motility and prevents constipation. So beneficial effect is more with the soluble fiber which are present in vegetables, and only a diet having a plenty of vegetable and green leaves will have the desired effect. So fiber required is about 30 gram per day routinely. So that should be taken a routinely part of our diet. So the inclusion of fiber rich food in weight reducing diets is found to be very beneficial or helpful. To reduce body weight, it is advisable to intake more number of the dietary fiber, since it provide a feeling of fullness without consumption of a excess calorie, and that is a very advantageous particularly to weight reduction. So that's all about the importance of carbohydrate in our body.